Online courses are a billion-dollar business, so if you're watching this now, there's a good chance you've wondered about whether you could create one and get paid too. The good news is there's a simple way to go about it, and it starts with a spark. In this video, we'll dive into the why, what, and how of creating an online course using our simple framework. Let's get started. Why should you create an online course? Typically, there are 3 reasons you might create an online course. 1, to share your expertise, experience, or passion with the world. 2, to launch a new revenue stream. Or 3, to repackage and or monetize content you've already produced. All of those are great and valid. There are also some other reasons that are a little less obvious. You might create an online course to meet and bring fascinating people together so they can learn something as a group in a community of like-minded people. And an online course can also generate more energy, joy, creativity, and passionate interactions in your own life and on your entrepreneurial journey. Now that you understand why you would build an online course, let's go into what you're actually building and how to go about it in a better way. What to build? Aren't I building an online course? Well, you could just build a course, and there are platforms out there that are just about letting you post content and charge for access to it. But it's important to realize it's not just about what you're teaching, but how your students are learning. While this may not feel like much of a difference, aren't teaching and learning opposite sides of the same coin? People don't actually learn by just watching videos or reading articles. That content might be what you teach, but it's not necessarily the best way for someone to learn. The best way to create an online course is to create a journey for your course members to master something interesting together. What does this mean? It means offering your course with a community for your students. Communities are the best way for people to learn, especially in a rapidly changing world. If you combine your online course with a community, your students will have a cohort of people to navigate the material with and will be able to encourage and hold each other accountable. And a community gives them reasons to come back to your material again and again, and ensures the learning and growth continues long after the course is completed. Now that you have the why and the what, let's talk about the how. The Spark framework is the easiest way for anyone to build an online course, and we're happy to share it with you. Spark stands for subject or topic, people's stories or case studies, action, which is a weekly challenge, result, and knowledge. Let's break these elements down. First, you'll need your subject, a compelling topic. But figuring out what the heck you're going to teach is often the first place creators and entrepreneurs like yourself get stuck. Here are 3 not so obvious questions that can help you pick a compelling subject. Question 1. If you look at your life experiences, how have they prepared you to help others going through something similar? One of the very best ways to create an online course is to start with your own personal experience. You don't have to just build an online course around a business or entrepreneurial topic. You can develop a course for just about anything, from how to cope with a breakup, how to draw a still life, to how to travel on a budget, and millions of other niche topics. Take a moment to consider your circumstances, identity, cultural background, where you've been and why, what you've achieved and how, who and what you've taken a stand for, and who you've helped along the way. You might be surprised, but there's always something in our personal backgrounds that we can share with others. Question 2. Another option is to think about an area you're curious about or studying today. That's right, you don't need to be the expert when you're teaching an online course. It's not about launching with something perfect and having all the answers. Instead, an online course is about bringing people together on a journey to master something interesting or important together. And that opens up the possibility that your subject can be something that you're also learning about right now. In this model, you're the guide sharing your own learning in real time as you go. This live coaching model is a powerful and effective method of online course content creation. Question 3. Finally, picture an existing community you belong to. What's the goal of the community membership, and what's the most important thing you're doing together to get that result? Maybe it's accountability. Do you help each other stay on track? Maybe it's networking. Do you find each other new opportunities and connections? Or maybe it's just support. Do you listen and empathize without judgment? What subject could your course focus on that would complement the community and enable its members to get to that result even quicker? And as we said, when you combine a course with a community, everything gets much more powerful. So the answer to that question is a great place to start when thinking about what you're going to teach. People's stories. Once you've identified your subject, you want to bring some humanity to it with people's stories. These can be case studies of people who have successfully put whatever you're teaching into practice. This could be your own personal story, or this could be relevant examples you're just finding in the wild. The important thing is that you're pairing your subject with some relevant real-world examples so your students can be inspired and see how and their learning could be put into practice. The important thing is that you're pairing your subject with some relevant real-world examples so your students can be inspired and see how what they're learning could be put into practice. Speaking of practice, next is your action. This is a weekly challenge that will enable your students to get some hands-on experience. In other words, this is their homework. This turns your course into an active experience and differentiates it from something passive that's just about watching videos alone. And because your course is built with a community around it, your students can share their homework with their cohort and get feedback. Result. Finally, you'll have a result and knowledge. The result is the one thing you want your students to walk away with at the end of the Spark course. This is what they'll be able to achieve because they've spent this time with you and in the course community. Think of your result as a way to concisely finish this sentence for your students. At the end of this course, you'll be able to blank. What does this unlock for them? Be specific. Your result is how you can market your new online course. It's the promise. And finally, knowledge. The knowledge is about more than just a single result. It's about everything they'll learn to get them to that point. And again, because of the community component, they're going to learn things you may not even know yet. The value of the community-based course is that the knowledge base grows and becomes stronger with each new student who joins. That's it. That's the Spark course framework. And you can build on it. For instance, a masterclass that takes several weeks may have 6 Sparks that all ladder up to one another. Now that we've let you in on the Spark framework, let's talk about the best place to build your online course. The good news is there are plenty of platforms to choose from. The bad news is not many options will allow you to grow your business down the line. In other words, some platforms won't allow you to start with an online course and branch out into paid memberships, virtual events, and so on. And many platforms are focused on just delivering online course content alone, from Teachable and Udemy to Kajabi and Thinkific. That's fine if you want to use separate software platforms with separate fees for your online courses, your course community, and how you sell and take payments for your online course. But when you choose these alternative course platforms, you're ultimately selling yourself short. Why? Because each of these options either lacks a community component or offers one that is severely lacking. That's a huge missed opportunity. As we already established, a community component paired with your online course gives your course members the opportunity to build relationships with each other, navigate challenges together, and get that much closer to your goals. And in the end, it spurs the growth of your business too, since your course graduates won't be able to stop raving about their experience to everyone who will listen. That's where a Mighty Network comes in. Mighty Networks is a unique platform that enables creators and entrepreneurs to bring their community, online courses, and membership subscriptions together in one place under their own brand and instantly available everywhere: the web, iOS, and Android. Let's spell that out a bit more. When you use a Mighty Network to create an awesome online course, you can bring together your online courses, course community, and the technology for selling your online course together in one place. It's a seamless experience for your students and for you to manage. You can also offer your online courses and course community on both the web and native mobile apps, which means people are 65% more likely to engage with your online courses, complete your online courses, and buy more online courses from you. When evaluating your alternatives and choosing a software platform for your online courses, consider just how much more successful you can be when you bring your online courses, course community, and payments together in one place, ensuring your students grow quickly and you can charge more money for your online courses, generating more income as people get results from your online courses faster. And remember, you don't have to be an expert, and you definitely don't need to have hours and hours of course content ready to go. You just need to have the desire to get started and a spark. Visit MightyNetworks.com to start your free 14-day trial on the only platform that brings courses and community together seamlessly.